Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sabands to welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. We give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. Folks, we got a hell of a show for you guys here today. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. So, as you guys know, Michael Jordan made a lot of news yesterday because NBC Sports decided to publish another clip from a longer interview. And in this particular clip, they were addressing the subject of load management, right? And as MJ was talking, you just couldn't help but thinking about one particular guy. And that guy is one Lebron James. Why are we thinking about him? Because LeBron James has been the face of the NBA for a long time now, right? And he has been the one that's meant to set the standard. And under his watch, or on his watch, things have just fallen apart. Ratings are in the toilet. Players, they don't care anymore. The All-Star game is a joke. Now you have to incentivize guys to play through an entire season, which they're being paid for. And it's just become a total mess, right? So as we're witnessing all of this erosion take place, a lot of us were like, can Michael Jordan say something about this? Can he say something about this? And boy, oh boy, did he. Take a listen to what Jordan had to say here.
The term load management has become such a hot button in the NBA.
How I know you were going to talk about that one?
Because you played 80 games a lot. You played 82. What do you think of when you hear the term load management thrown around?
It shouldn't be needed, first and foremost. You know, I never wanted to miss a game because it was an opportunity to prove. It was something that I felt like, you know, the fans are there to watch me play. I want to impress that guy way up on top who probably worked his ass off to get a ticket or to get money to buy the ticket.
You really cared about the guy who sat in the top deck at the Palace in Auburn Hills to watch you when you came to Detroit?
Yeah, because I know he's probably yelling at me and I want to shut him up. You know, he's calling me all kinds of names. I definitely want to shut him up.
Right.
You have a duty that if they're wanting to see you, and as an entertainer, I want to show, right? So if the guys are coming to watch me play, I don't want to miss that opportunity. Now, physically, if I can't do it, then I can't do it. But physically, if I can do it, and I just don't feel like doing it, that's a whole different lens.
So give me the first time that you came to that fork in the road in your career where you could have sat down and missed a game, but you fought through.
Started my career.
Okay.
I twist my ankle. And I had a teammate. He says, "You twist your ankle, young fella. Come over and sit with me. You know, you need to." I said, "No, man. I'm trying to make a name for myself. There's no way I can sit. You know, I need to get out there and show what I'm capable of. I want to play. I want to win. I want to make an impact." And I twisted my ankle. I taped it up, and I went back out and I played. I always felt that. I always felt the necessary need that I could never leave my comrades out if I could perform, right? Even if I couldn't. Utah, great example. You know, everybody said the flu game. It's game 5, which is a very pivotal game. I was going to find a way to get out there, even if I was a decoy. Well, once I got out there, you know, you never know how, you know, pushing yourself, you never know what happens, right?
So that night you got out there and you found you could do more than you thought you were going to be able to do.
Next thing you know, the emotions, the situation, the need of the team, you know, all those things catapulted me to, I'm going to gut this thing out. You know, back to your point of what load management is, you know, you play basketball 2.5 hours a day, 3 hours a day, right? That's your job. That's what you get paid to do as an NBA player. What are you doing the other 21 hours? I mean, to me, that's when you should be preparing for your next day of work or your next, you know, challenge. Now, I'm the worst. Maybe I'm not one of the guys that you would probably model that, or you know.
I was going to say, did you do that every time?
But you should think about that in retrospect of what load management really is. I always felt like one is a sense of pride for the fans that are paying.
Right.
2 is a sense of, you know, making sure that I stay sharp. You know, I'm not going to lose it. And 3, I want our rhythm as a team to always be there. It can disrupt that synergy that's happening.
So you heard what he had to say. Well, it looks like I wasn't the only one thinking the same thing, because some other accounts started posting on it. Let me put up some images here. This is from Front Office Sports. It says, it shouldn't be needed. Michael Jordan on load management. This is from Front Office Sports. This is not from me. Look at the thumbnail that they put up there. That's LeBron James. It says, Michael Jordan says load management should not be needed in the NBA. Jordan said on NBA on NBC segment, MJ's insights to excellence, the players have a duty to perform for the fans that are paying big money to watch them play. You have another post here from Yahoo Sports that says, you play basketball 2.5 hours, 3 hours a day. What are you doing the other 21 hours? And then we have another one here from Bleach Report. You play basketball, it says the same thing on load management, and we just can't help but think about LeBron. Because this load management era has really proliferated under his watch. Under his watch. We then hear stories that during the All-Star game, they had to go get players like Larry Bird to go try to coax these guys to put on a good show. And then LeBron James basically gave Larry Bird a side eye and everybody else, and the guys went out there and laid an egg. Right? So LeBron, this directly reflects on him. Why? Because when Jordan played, there was a standard. And the standard that Jordan left was the one that Kobe continued. And then when Kobe left, he left the standard, and then LeBron James took over. But ever since it got to LeBron, the entire thing is falling apart. It became about player empowerment. It became about the brand. It became about super teams and doing what's best for you, holding organizations hostage. That's been pretty much what it's been. The competition became an afterthought. It's one of the reasons why the NBA had to implement the second apron, because everybody wants to play together. All of these guys want to play together. These guys don't want to compete anymore. All right. And it's a direct indictment on LeBron James himself, because he's been the face of the league. And a lot of this has gone on during his time as the face of the NBA. And you're understanding why so many people like Jordan versus so many people dislike LeBron. It's clear. People are applauding Jordan for the things that he's saying. Look, you would never get anything like this out of LeBron. Never. If it ain't got nothing to do with him in particular, he doesn't care. If it's not affecting him personally, he doesn't care. You think LeBron James is going to go out there and make statements like this that are about the game? Of course not. Of course not. He wouldn't. So this is the reason why so many people are standing up and clapping for Jordan. If you read some of the comments under the post, people are like, thank you. A player that actually cares about fans. It just kept on going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Even the people that say, oh, Jordan took off time. Jordan took off time. And in those times, he had 3 three-peats. And if you go look at the games played, when Jordan was playing, he was always playing. What about the guys that have been here for 20 plus years that are just coasting through? Taking games off here, taking games off there, lollygagging here, lollygagging there, not playing defense here, not playing defense there. Do you know you know how old Michael Jordan was when he made an all-defensive team? His last 35 years old. 35. He made an all-first defensive team at 35. So when he was still playing, he was still in his prime, putting in work, playing defense. LeBron made his last all-defensive team at 30. LeBron hasn't played defense going on 13 years. So even when Jordan was here, he was still putting forth the effort. We can't say the same about LeBron James, man. So many people wonder why, people dislike LeBron. It's for reasons like this, man, because people are looking at him like, yo, how are you allowing this to happen under your watch? That's why people dislike him. Pretty clear. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comment section. We catch you guys on the next show. I'm out. Peace.